I started lifting when I was around 15 to 16 years of age. It's when I first moved to Malaysia and I decided to get stronger because I was quite skinny. And so I just started lifting and lifting and lifting. That's pretty much all I did for a long time. And that's just what I gained a love for more than anything, is just lifting weights. And then eventually I got into powerlifting and competing, and it went pretty well for me. I like lifting because it helps me vet my stress. It helps me do it in a more healthy way. And also because it just seems like I like that I can just put my all into just one thing. I put my all into that one lift. I put my all into that deadlift, that squat, that bench. I can just put everything into it and see what turns out. And it just feels like what I put in, I can also get out. So I know if I put in a certain amount of work, I will get out that result. I feel like it's a constant reminder that I can put in something and get something out. So that applies to schoolwork, that applies to work, that applies to anything in life, relationships, where I can just put something in and if I try hard enough, I can always get something out of it. And I can always do better and get better and help other people as well. Realize that everything doesn't need to be easy. Sometimes you need to really work for things. I see it as a form of almost worship towards God, because I do it for the glory of God. I understand that He made my body and He also gave me my strength, and He gave me the ability to do this, the genetics to do this, the strength to do this, the dedication and will to do this. And so I do it all for the glory of Him, because I want to glorify His kingdom. And so every lift gets like really heavy, really serious, and I'm competing. I'm reminded that it's for Him, and without Him, it would not matter what I'm doing. Just when I was first starting out, it was really frustrating. I didn't like working out. I didn't like lifting weights. It was not something I enjoyed. But now looking back, those times of me just sweating, or like laying on the ground tired, or being frustrated, I can look back with almost some admiration for my past self, because I had such dedication to do something I didn't want to do. And eventually I gained a love for it. And so it's not really much for me about motivation, but much for me about discipline. And I just, even if I don't feel like doing it, I'll do it. And I'll go in and get my workout in and push myself, because life is not about doing what you want, it's about doing what you need to do. And so that's what I feel like I need to do. I would say when I was younger, I saw that like there are stronger people like in the gym, stronger people at powerlifting meets that I looked at, and I was like, oh, I could never be that strong, and I could never reach that level of strength, that dedication, and just how much they put into the sport. I was like looking at them, I was like, how can I reach this? How is this possible? I don't think I could ever reach this. And then even now, each time, as dedicated as I was, going into the gym, kept lifting, and now I'm reaching those places where I never thought I'd reach before. I'd like to compete on a high level, and I'd like to hopefully beat records or stuff like that, and just hopefully make a living out of it. My main goal would be to like deadlift from around 700 to 800 pounds in my early 20s. The squat probably around 600 something pounds, and then bench 400 pounds. And I'd say that for everyone else, if you look at someone and you say, well, I don't know how they got there, this is impossible. And so if you keep telling yourself that something is impossible, you keep telling yourself that you can't do something, you're never gonna do it. But if you try, at least you'll go somewhere. You know what I mean? And so I think in general, it's just important to try and try your best and see where that takes you, because you never know. And that's what I would say is really important for people to understand.